Now, Warriors fans, let's get hyped and make some noise as we meet the main Golden State Warriors. Your small forwards, 6'5", number 4, your shooting guard, 6.
Happy Monday, everyone. This evening, we bring you the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Brian Anderson with Clark Kellogg and Grant Hill, and giving us the rundown from the sidelines, reporter Allie LaForce. So the Houston starting five. Van Vliet and Green, they're manning the backcourt. Dylan Brooks is out there with Thompson. And it's Şengün in at the 5, down low. And for the Warriors, Curry and Pods make up the backcourt. Butler out there with Moses Moody. And it's Green in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And how much fun is it to watch these guys move the basketball, Clark?
Well, they've got two main ingredients. One, you've got to have a system that demands unselfishness, and then you need players that are willing to play unselfishly, and they've got both of those things.
And here's Green from the arc, kept alive, fires from deep, sinks it from distance.
Hey, this team has great confidence in Green's ability to connect from deep. It's really about getting him quality looks.
Butler against Van Vliet, the kick out, Curry. And a nice finish on the layup.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Well, this early, they should be showing a lot more energy on defense. It's not there.
Green, the pass to Curry. Thompson against Butler. Not going to go that time. Thompson with some nice D. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with Allie LaForce.
I had a chance to catch up with Steve Kerr. We talked about how Alperen Şengün can act as a facilitator. Coach said he sees the floor like nobody else. He's got a great mind for the game, and if you let him find his guy out of the high post, he will punish you. No doubt about it, they're aware. He is the engine of this offense.
And Allie, thank you for that. The shot by Podziemski, no good. Houston has gone 1 of 2 from three-point land so far. Back to Thompson. Pass to Van Vliet. Şengün, a screen on Curry. Here's Van Vliet. Lays it up and in on the nice reverse.
Yeah, look at the strength from Van Vliet. Not the biggest, but wouldn't be denied.
Curry against Van Vliet. Curry passes to Green. And it's hammered home by Green.
And this guy, to me, embodies determination. Small in his position, but he still gets up and keeps plays alive. That's mind over matter for sure.
Blocking foul called on Moses Moody. First personal foul. First team foul.
Now, if you're just tuning in, we've played about 2.5 minutes here in the first. 6 on the shot clock. And here's Van Vliet from the arc. Oh, drew the foul and almost hit the three-point bucket. But he'll head to the line for 3. And you know, Clark, Fred Van Vliet gives you a number of things. Leadership might be the most important.
It is certainly one of his great attributes, B.A., when you look at Fred Van Vliet. Not very big, not super athletic, but a winner. Tough-minded, and highly skilled. Doesn't make mistakes with the ball, gets other people's shots, and has proven to be a clutch and consistent quarterback at a really high level.
And he knocks down the first one. The Rockets went from 22 to 41 wins last year, finishing right at 500, Clark.
Great progress by Houston. Just missed the play-in in the West. They would have easily made that same play-in tournament in the East. A huge step forward for the Rockets, no doubt. And I think it's a team that can sustain that trajectory.
You know, Grant and Van Vliet, they've got a guy who's been through everything in this league.
Yeah, B.A. Van Vliet's seen it all. He's won a championship. He's been in the All-Star game. He's been on a last-place team. No wonder nothing seems to faze him.
Hey, inside Curry has all the tricks. Floaters, scoop shots, fallaways, left hand, right hand. However he has to do it, he will.
And he's got his first opportunity at the line here tonight.
In their previous game, he simply couldn't miss from the line.
Splashed them one after another. It really was quite a display from the stripe. And I think it's clear he's gotten better in that department since last season. I mean, he looks a lot more comfortable at the line now, and he's getting better results.
And so it's Van Vliet with it. He brings it up for Houston. Green with a screen on Curry to the paint. The shot. And he can't bank that one in. The Warriors have gone 3 of 6 from the floor. Pass to Butler. Curry against Van Vliet. Curry passes to Green. Can't tie it up. That one misses.
Despite the miss, those are the kind of looks coaches hope to create.
And here's Şengün. Van Vliet outside. Back to Şengün. Good. And Van Vliet gets the assist.
Working that pick and roll action superbly. Şengün knows exactly where he needs to be.
Pass to Curry. Inside. Green, the pass to Curry. Oh, and there's the whistle on the shot. So 2 free throws for him coming up. It goes on Fred Van Vliet.
You got to be careful how you guard Curry. Because he's so skilled with the ball and as a shooter, he's able to figure out ways to draw fouls.
First free throw is good.
When you talk about shot mechanics, Curry is as close as you can get to perfect. I mean, you can tell he puts a lot of work into that part of his game, and it pays off.
Whitmore's checked in for the Rockets. And so Curry nails both of them. But Grant, despite the Warriors' success over the last decade, it hasn't always been this way for this franchise.
Yeah, they didn't have many winning seasons before they got Steph, Clay, and Dre. And you know, B.A., from 1978 to 2012, they made the playoffs just 6 times.
Here's Curry after the basket by Houston. Lets it go from deep. It's rebounded by Şengün.
And he almost made them regret defending him so loosely.
Brooks outside. Green for 3. That shot missing. Warriors trail by 4. Here's Butler. And he drops in the layup off the glass.
The well-put-together Butler proving that he's just a little too strong there. Not allowing the physical defense to stifle him at all.
Now here's Brooks. No points so far. Here's Green. Lays it up and banks it in.
Want to score in the NBA? Picks can really force the D to make tough choices.
To the middle. Here's Green. Good D by Şengün. The Rockets lead by 4. Green, the pass to Şengün. Thompson outside. Outside for Green. Here's Whitmore. It's rebounded by Golden State. Moody passes to Butler. Outside Curry. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. That one on Şengün.
Yeah, fearless play from Curry inside. Going up against tough defense and getting fouled while shooting.
All right, guys, what do you think about the offensive approach we've seen so far for the Rockets?
In the early goings, their effort level has been exceptional. They're speeding around the defense and opening up options with good penetration.
One other thing they've done really well, moving the ball around. They've done a nice job not settling for that initial option and making that extra pass.
And so Curry nails both of them. And Grant, you look at the Rockets' additions over the last year or two. There's an emphasis on toughness.
Yeah, toughness, both physical and mental. Those are the kinds of veterans they've brought in. And that extends, of course, to the coaching staff, too.
Now here's Butler. The game now all tied up.
Excellent job getting that strong position inside. Butler doing work. Really nice.
Curry against Green. Pass to Adams. And that one's good. And Green with the assist. And the Rockets lead by 2.
And you like the balance here. Not just falling in love with the 3-ball.
And a deep 3 from Curry. Sinks it. What range from downtown.
This is exactly the kind of unique range that Curry has. I mean, as soon as he crosses half court, you got to get up on him.
And once more this half, they find a way to get great position inside.
And here are the Warriors now. After the basket by Houston. Here's Butler. Pass to Curry. Butler against Smith. From downtown, Adams grabs the miss. The Rockets have gone 8 for 14 from the floor. Now Whitmore from behind the arc. Fires in the triple. And now it's a 4-point Houston lead.
Nice to see such unselfish play from Green, putting the team ahead of himself.
The 3 from Curry. He buries it from 3. Curry's got 15.
Man, this is just fun. These teams are trading threes back and forth.
Nothing like answering back. One team gets 3, you fire 3 of your own. Boom.
Reliable approach. Getting the ball in the paint and going to work.
Butler's shot is good.
Butler's so proficient at shooting off the dribble. He has a good feel for where his shot can come from and how he can get to that pull-up jump shot.
And it's Green missing.
Hard to turn down a look that good. Still, long twos are losing favor, and misses like that are the reason why.
Outside Curry. Let's go with a 3. No good. And so both teams trading buckets as we end the first quarter. It's Houston. They lead by 1. And we'll return shortly. And this has been a fairly close game through the first quarter. We'll see what happens here in the second. All right, guys, for the Rockets, what jumps out at you stat-wise?
Well, what I love is the tremendous belief in their bench. They were looking for points, and their reserves delivered.
And, you know, when the bench is playing such a big role early, that certainly allows the starters to stay fresh throughout the game.
And so it's Curry with it. He brings it up for Golden State. They trail by 1. Curry and Heel to the sharp-shooting backcourt. Trace Jackson-Davis out there with Kuminga. And it's Payton in at the 3 spot. That's the group for Golden State as we kick off the second quarter. Now here's Şengün. Holiday. And he got the whistle on the way up. So he'll be headed to the line for a pair. Clark, one topic that gets its share of attention, illegal screens.
And with good reason, because guys are bigger, stronger, a lot of pick and roll action. So you've got to be more diligent in cracking down on those screens that are illegal. The game is extremely fluid. Guys are in constant motion. But I think it's a hard call to make consistently, but the officials have to keep working at it.
That's good from Holiday. And when you look back at the 2023 draft, the Warriors got great value out of their picks.
Yeah, I mean, they got Podziemski with the 19th pick, a versatile player who impacts the game at both ends. And they also got Trace Jackson-Davis late in the second round. And he is a fundamentally sound big man with great upside.
Well, Grant, after 3 straight drafts high in the lottery, the Rockets got to 500 in 2024.
Yeah, and I love how they signed some vets in the summer of 23. Houston decided we want to win now, and I wish more teams did that.
Huge night for Curry and a great rhythm thus far. That's always bad news for the team he's facing.
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Brian, the Warriors play a unique style predicated on passing and cutting off the ball. Stephen Curry said the main goal is to just force the defense to make as many decisions as he can. So with all that ball movement and body movement, they're going to mess up at some point. Brian?
Well, it helps having a weapon like Stephen Curry. Thanks, Allie. Here's Hield. The Rockets getting their last shot to go. Outside Curry. The three. Another three for Golden State.
And this is how he shines. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
Pass to Şengün. Here's Whitmore. Şengün with it. Missed inside. Now here's Payton. Deflected. Smith with it, and it's Hield picking him up. Kuminga against Eason. Right side Whitmore. And he gets it to go. 4 for 6 so far.
Athleticism showing through from Whitmore. He doesn't need much room at all to operate in close.
Back to Curry. Wow, Curry takes the hit and finishes inside. Already 5 lead changes here.
Speaks to how evenly matched these teams have been thus far.
Doubled by Kuminga. Down low. Here's Şengün. It's deflected. And so it looks like it'll be Houston's ball. And Ime Udoka has called timeout. He's going to gather the troops and talk it over. Man, it's been quite a game for Stephen Curry.
And I think a new plan would be a good idea. At least make it hard on this guy.
You know what time it is? T-shirt time. Make some noise. Time to turn it up and get loud. Here they come. We're firing out those free T-shirts. It's time for T-shirts. T-shirt time. The nation who's going home with a free
And the Warriors make some changes. Draymond Green comes in for Jackson Davis. And Podziemski subbed in for Hield. Thompson, he's checked in for the Rockets. Fred VanVleet comes in for Holiday. Quarter number 2 and around 3 minutes gone by. Just 5 on the clock. VanVleet. Kuminga pulls it in. The Warriors leading. Outside Payton. And here's Curry. Give him 23. And he gets that one.
Love the intensity from Curry. Finding a way to work through the contact.
Pass to VanVleet. Smith against Kuminga. Thompson with it. Here he goes. Back to Smith. Yes, and a nice assist from Thompson. Smith's gotten himself going here. His first points of the game on the deep ball. From deep three-point land. Rockets with a rebound. Şengün's got his 6th rebound on the night. Smith against Kuminga. Smith passes to VanVleet. Outside Eason. And he buries his first look.
Nice move to get inside and create a good look for himself.
If you look at rebounding rate, Tari Eason is one of the best in the NBA, Clark.
Yeah, you think about rate, it basically looks at what percentage of rebounds do you get while you're on the floor. And Eason is prolific in terms of boards per minute. Uses his 6'8" frame well, and he's gobbling up rebounds at well under 1 every 3 minutes. That's a lot of heavy lifting there, folks.
You know, inside is where Thompson excels, and the concentration allowing him to finish there.
Back to Curry. Outside, Green. Outside, Kuminga. Three-pointer off the mark. And so it's Van Vliet with it. He brings it up for the Rockets. Pass to Şengün. Over Payton. And Şengün gets it to go.
Defense on top of Şengün inside, but he uses his agility to overcome it.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. I think right now he must be looking at some adjustments.
Time to get loud and make some noise for your Warriors Dance Team.
Butler's checked in for the Warriors. Moody comes in for Payton. Dylan Brooks checked in for Houston. Green comes in for Şengün. Warriors trail by 3. Outside Curry. Back to Podziemski. And you can count it. He'll go to the line with a chance at a three-point play.
Excellent feed from Steph Curry.
Defensive foul. Jabari Smith. First personal foul. First team foul. At the line for one, Podziemski.
For Houston, they've gotten 6 of 9 attempts to go in the second. Looking good. Here's Thompson. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws. It's going to go on Draymond Green.
Yeah, I like when Thompson goes in strong like this. I mean, just forcing the defense to act.
No good on that one.
And what I like about Thompson, along with the high-level athleticism, he has a high-level feel for the game.
Good on the second one. Golden State has gotten 5 of 11 threes to drop so far in this game. Moody passes to Curry. Oh, Curry making it look effortless.
Off a pass, Steph Curry, that one is always going in, or almost always going in.
Van Vliet, the pass to Green. Houston with another miss.
Tried to come right back at him with the 3. Not that time.
Pass to Curry. The 3 ball. Can't get it to go. Shooting 10 for 15 now. Now Green launches a 3. Yes, and a nice assist from Thompson. Thompson's got 3 assists now in this one.
Hey, when Green is hitting his threes, Jalen is a problem in capital letters.
Now here's Butler. 6 points for him. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up. All right, guys, we're lucky to have Shams Charania joining us now. Our 2K insider calling in with a story. What do you got, Shams?
Guys, thanks. Well, Jimmy Butler is in the 5th stop of his NBA career. He'd been in a standoff with the Heat. As they hesitated to extend him at the number he desired, he knew there's going to be someone willing to pay up. And, guys, I'm very interested to see how Butler fits in his new opportunity.
Yeah, we'll continue to track that story. All right, Shams, thanks a lot. All right, the Rockets making a switch here. Eason's checked in. That one's no good. Now well into his 30s. Is it fair to start wondering how many seasons Jimmy Butler has left, Grant?
Well, it's a fair question, B.A. But at the same time, Jimmy's hunger is just so different than everybody else's, which I could see helping prolong his career.
So it's the Warriors now. After the basket by Houston. Outside Moody. Pass to Butler. 6 to shoot. And here's Curry. From 17. And the jumper falls for him. Curry's got 33 points.
Working that in-between area, Steph likes to keep the defense on its heels.
Tries a 10-footer. Van Vliet misses.
That's 2 points they should have had. I'm sure he'd love to get that look again.
Pass to Butler. The shot no good. Nice D from Thompson. Houston has gone 4 of 8 from 3. A nice percentage. And it's Brooks missing.
Despite the defensive presence, he challenges at the rim. Give him an A for effort.
Wasted no time with that shot, but it's off the mark. Pass to Van Vliet. And the shot is good. Drop it in off the front of the rim. Van Vliet's got 6.
Ooh, shaking them out of their shoes. Van Vliet with the moves.
Here's Pajemski. Outside Moody. On the wing, Curry. Green with a screen on Van Vliet. Here's Curry. Oh, he finds himself wide open and drills it. Curry's got 35 in the game.
The ball handling of Steph is sometimes undervalued. I mean, he's much more than a shooter. This guy has mad skills as a handler.
It's a tie game in the Bay Area. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
47.
We've got second half action for you, and if the next couple of quarters are similar to the first, this one could go down to the last possession. Stephen Curry having a dominant impact in this game.
Yeah, he's showing off how skilled he is at attacking the defense and converting at the line.
Well, you know, in that first half, it was a common occurrence. He got to the stripe time and time again.
And we're halfway through this one. Plenty of basketball left in a game that's been a fairly even one. Kicking off the second half, here's Ime Udoka's 5. Green is the 2 with Brooks at the 3. Thompson out there with Alperen Şengün. And it's Van Vliet in at the point. Butler, unfazed.
It's not easy to work the ball inside of this league, but they've done it all night.
Now Van Vliet. Şengün, a screen on Curry. Van Vliet, the pass to Şengün. Rebounded by Green. Golden State has gotten 6 of 13 shots to go from outside the arc. Pass to Curry, outside Butler. Over Brooks. The shot by Butler, no good. And here's Van Vliet. He'll bring it up for Houston. And the slam dunk by Thompson.
Thompson's vertical is impressive. I love seeing this young guard rise up and throw it down.
Here's Pajemski. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Green.
Golden State basketball.
On the wing, Green. Van Vliet against Curry. Shot clock at 5. Over Van Vliet.
Van Vliet with the suffocating defense. Surrenders no room.
Green, the pass to Van Vliet. Curry with a steal. Ooh, Thompson with the block. Van Vliet against Curry. Green, a screen. Just 4 to shoot. Here's the 3. That shot, no good. Houston has gone 4 of 9 so far from the perimeter. Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Jimmy Butler's such an all-around player. He said, I don't need to be a 40-point scorer. My role is to impact winning. I just control what I can control in the end, play the right way, stay aggressive, and do whatever it takes to get my team the win. And Brian, he is good at his job.
Well, playoff Jimmy is a real thing, whether he'll admit it or not. And now they lead as the free throw drops in for him. Clark, what catches your eye about Jalen Green at a fundamental level?
Well, it starts with his pure explosiveness. That just jumps out at anybody because he's jumping over everybody, okay? The way he can get up and down the floor and hang and lift, that's what stands out, his athleticism. And he's actually rounding off some of the rough edges in his game that makes him kind of scary as we go forward.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout. He'll take the opportunity to regroup.
Get ready, everyone. See yourself on the screen. You know what to do. Show us how to. Let's go. Improvising. Let's see those dancers.
Here's Pajemski. A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. And a deep 3 from Curry. Thompson pulls it in. Thompson's got 5 rebounds in the game. Pass to Şengün. To the inside. The kick out to Van Vliet. Over Curry. Van Vliet misses.
Boy, he's got to be kicking himself for failing to make that shot. That's money.
Outside, Green. Good, and Butler gets the assist. Green's got 5 points.
You've got to respect Green at the arc. If he gets open out there, he can make you pay.
Back to Van Vliet. Pass to Green. Fires the 3. Rebounded by Butler.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Outside Moody. Oh, serious gut check points from Moody.
Excellent pass from Butler right there. That's why he's considered a team leader.
Now here's Thompson. Thompson with a screen. Here's Brooks. Offensive board. And that one's good. Thompson's gotten 4 this quarter.
When it's this close, every bucket matters. You need good looks.
Back to Curry. Ooh, a little luck that time as it drops. Curry's got 37.
And the shooting mechanics of Curry, they are as pure as anybody who's ever played. He's such a dangerous shooter and scorer.
Şengün, a screen on Curry. Van Vliet, the wide open shot is on the money. Give him 8. And so Curry will bring it up for Golden State. They lead by 1. Butler taking his time here. Up top, Curry, guarded by Van Vliet. 3 on the clock. A shot from the high post. Curry, no good. The Rockets have gone 3 of 7 here in this third quarter. Van Vliet outside. And no good. Had a chance to take the lead. Butler against Thompson. Butler can't get it to go. Well, Houston's shooting a disappointing 38%. Pass to Green. This one for 3. Green's feeling it at the arc.
Well, we're seeing validation as to why Green went 2nd overall in the draft. He's got a unique ability to score the ball.
Back to Curry. From the arc. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got rebound number 11. Pass to Van Vliet. Şengün, a screen on Butler. Here's Thompson, and he knocks down the 10-footer. Now it's a 4-point Rocket lead.
Yeah, a shot that's proved difficult for Thompson. That should give him all kinds of confidence.
Outside Butler, they need this. It's rebounded by Şengün. Şengün's got a rebound number 12 here already in the game. Podziemski grabs the board.
Well, that's a good player missing from point-blank range. That's one you got to convert.
Back to Green. Shoots over Şengün. And again, no good by Golden State. The Rockets lead by 4. Thompson passes to Van Vliet. Brooks outside. Drills it from deep. Brooks has got his first 3 points of the game.
And he's much more comfortable shooting off a pass. Brooks with a nice shot.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. He wants to give him a breather and talk things over. The NBA becoming more and more global, Clark. Şengün, a perfect example of that.
Yeah, Alperen Şengün out of Turkey. Right now on the fast track to being the best player to ever come out of his homeland. So still very young, but boy, his future is quite bright.
Getting ready for the Warriors. Jackson Davis is checked in for Green. Kuminga comes in for Moody. Payton's checked in for Podziemski. And Hield is subbed in for Stephen Curry. .144 left to play in the third quarter. Pass to Jackson Davis. Outside Payton. Clock at 6. To end the drought. It's hauled in by Houston.
Yeah, they just can't seem to end the drought no matter where they shoot it from.
And, you know, they've got to be careful because this is when the team concept breaks down and guys start playing hero ball.
Pass to Easton. Late clock. Houston's got to hurry. Smith. Kuminga pulls it in.
Coaches loathe empty possessions. You got to be able to hit the easy ones.
Jimmy Butler goes top shelf.
Aggressive move that time by Butler, not shying away from the contact. He felt it, just played through it.
Smith with a screen on Butler. Thompson passes to Eason. Thompson outside. Smith with a screen on Butler. Oh, Thompson from deep three-point land. Here's Smith, and he was fouled in the act of shooting. Opportunity for a three-point play here.
And Smith needs to keep hitting the boards. I mean, at his size, he should be eating glass.
And this is his first trip to the line tonight. Steven Adams checked in for Houston. Holiday comes in for Whitmore.
You gotta like how energetic Jabari Smith is. A young guy who is fired up and ready to prove to the entire league just how good he could be.
And it's Healed, missing. Green against Payton. Here's Eason. Hits the trifecta. Eason's got his second basket of the night.
Pick works well there, but the defense left a lot to be desired.
Yeah, that's not the defense you need. You got to be tougher defensively.
Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits. It may be difficult to overcome. Rockets ahead, up 11. Don't go anywhere. The final quarter is coming up next on 2K Sports. All right, let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
You have to love his unselfishness and ability to make those around him better.
Well, clearly he's the guy that stirs the drink for him, and that's how he does it, with his dynamite passing skills.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. Curry and Heal to the sharpshooting backcourt. Kuminga is out there with Gary Payton II, and it's Jackson Davis in at the center, filling out the middle. So that's the group out there for Golden State. Here's Whitmore outside. Kuminga pulls it in.
And, you know, the defense to me looked like they were okay to let him prove he could make that shot.
Shot is good by Curry.
It looks easy, effortless. Curry, natural from long range.
Pass to Şengün. And the rebound goes to the Warriors. Kuminga's got 4 rebounds now. Oh, Kuminga! Top for days.
Right there, Hield creating for his teammate. Unselfish play that time.
Şengün, a screen on Hield. Here's Whitmore. Count that one. He's now 5 for 8.
Well, the analytics would say take either that shot or something from downtown.
Outside Curry. And the Warriors with another 3.
And that bucket from beyond the arc puts them within reach. He's really been putting that shot to work.
You bet he has. I mean, working overtime. The triple's been his bread and butter in this ball game. Nothing but butter. Sweet butter.
Pass to Hield. Back to Payton. Now here's Jackson Davis. Covered by Smith. Curry finds some space. Again, the Warriors score.
They've still got work to do, but it's impressive how they've battled back.
I didn't think it was going to happen for them, quite honestly, but they finally turned it on, turned it up a little bit. Now they've got to come up with some stops.
And we've got a timeout called by Ime Udoka. He's decided it's time to clarify the situation, leaving little room for error. Here for the Warriors. Looney's checked in for Jackson Davis, and it's Brandon Pajemski in for Hield. Van Vliet's checked in for Houston. All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Hey guys, during that last break, I heard Ime Udoka as he talked with the team. Coach was blunt with his assessment. He said to throw out everything that happened until now. It is a brand new game, and it's only a few minutes. Leave it out on the floor. Back to you guys.
And Allie, thanks. Eason against Payton. Eason, the pass to Van Vliet. Shoots over Curry. And there's Van Vliet on the assist from Eason. And the Rockets lead by 5. Pass to Curry. Back to Pajemski. Smith with the rebound. Smith's got his 5th rebound in this one. Left side Eason. Van Vliet with it. He's covered by Curry. Here's Şengün. He can't hit that time. Looney with some nice D. Payton passes to Kuminga. Up and over Smith. Count the basket and the foul. It's going to be on Jabari Smith.
They're doing the job on both ends, getting stops and attacking offensively.
And, you know, it's taken a big run, but they were able to get back into this one. Very impressive. No quitting these guys.
Team foul. At the line for the Warriors, Jonathan Kuminga. One shot.
Kuminga, no good on the free throw. Houston leading by 3. Smith passes to Van Vliet. And here's Holiday. Here's Eason. He's covered by Curry. They double him with Curry. And the ball is tied up, so we'll have a jump ball.
Jump ball.
Outside Pajemski to the paint. Here's Kuminga. Man, oh man, Kuminga with the easy bounce. Throws it down.
And that's gotta hurt. A turnover for a free run at the rim.
And now we know who has the momentum.
You know, those kinds of plays can be difference makers, game changers, momentum shifters, especially in a close contest where 1 or 2 possessions can impact the outcome.
Outside Curry. Oh, and he got fouled on his way up. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. It goes on Fred Van Vliet. And a moment now to quickly take a look at the offensive approach for the Rockets.
Well, you know, they've been tremendous, I think, when it comes to sharing the basketball. You know, getting guys involved on the plays and creating offensive opportunities for everybody. Equal opportunity offense is fun to watch.
Well, another thing they did well was taking advantage of the holes in the defense. Very aggressive in exploiting the lack of concentration.
And some changes here for the Warriors. Draymond Green, he's checked in for Looney. Jimmy Butler comes in for Kuminga. And Moody is subbed in for Payton. And so Curry nails both of them.
Productive trip to the line. He doesn't like to leave points on the table.
Thompson left side. Oh, swiped away. To the middle. Here's Curry. Oh, nice job in the paint from Curry. This is the very definition of a back-and-forth contest.
Yes, neither side taking its foot off the gas. I'm expecting a spectacular finish.
Shot on the wing. Hits yet again. Wow. And that gives him 51.
Making it look easy.
And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Warriors.
I like the fact that they've been very aggressive at the defensive end, tenacious. They're jumping passing lanes and coming away with a lot of steals.
They're also finding a lot of points tonight off of transition play, running the floor and using the fast break to beat the defense.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout here. He wants to make sure everyone is aligned, given the situation right now. Curry against Van Vliet. Curry, that's good. Curry's got 53 points.
Curry is a guy you can trust to get it done when it needs to be done.
Şengün with it. Green picks him up. Terrific work from Green inside.
It's as though Green always has more left in his tank. He digs deep and finds the bucket.
Outside Moody for three. Thompson pulls it in. Thompson's got rebound number 9 now. What an effort here tonight. Brooks left side. Van Vliet on the wing. He's covered by Curry. 5 to shoot. And here's Thompson for 3. The Warriors pull it in. Green's got 5 rebounds tonight. Inside, Butler. It's rebounded by Houston. Thompson's got double-digit rebounds now in the game. Brooks outside. They get it again. They now take the lead. Şengün's got 4 points now in the quarter.
When the stakes rise, you need guys who will step up and rise with it. Nice play by Şengün.
You got to move past that one. I mean, they'd want him to take that again.
Well, you know, I hear you. That's a good look, but when you're that wide open, I think you got to knock it down.
And that one's good. Green.
No wasted motion or hesitation there. Green ready to shoot as soon as he caught it.
Here's Curry. Offensive struggles continue. Missing again. Green running the floor.
When you keep your eyes up, good things tend to happen. Excellent pass ahead.
Curry against Van Vliet. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the points.
Old school D right there, just telling them no easy layups. It's as simple as that. And that's what you expect from them.
So the first one drops, and that brings him within 5. And so Curry nails both of them.
This is what makes him special, his ability to come through in these spots.
Van Vliet, the pass to Şengün. Called in by Curry. And Curry's got the ball here for Golden State. Moody with it. Good work defensively by Brooks. Van Vliet outside. And now we've got an intentional foul. Here's Van Vliet. Double team on Van Vliet. There's a screen. Here's Şengün. And Şengün throw it down. That gives him a double-double in this one.
And that is a gigantic shot from Alperen Şengün, showing he can be counted on in the clutch.
And Steve Kerr calls timeout. He clearly wants to talk it over and make sure everyone is focused. Any speculation on what we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
They're going to have to work fast coming out of the timeout.
They're going to draw up a play here, I think, to get a shot right off of the inbounds pass and not waste too much time at all.
Let's see them move.
There's 39 seconds left in the fourth quarter here. Here's Curry. And it goes. As the official calls the foul, count it, and he'll shoot one more at the line.
Defensive foul. Fred VanVleet. Fourth personal foul. Fourth team foul. At the line for the Warriors, Stephen Curry. Shooting.
That one misses for Curry, and that's an intentional foul.
Second team foul. Shooting for Houston. At the line for two.
He hits the first one, and that puts him up 5. And he cannot convert on the second. That misses. And they go to the intentional foul.
Second personal foul. Third team foul. Shooting for Houston. Alperen Sengun. At the line for two.
First free throw is good, and that increases the lead to 6. So he gets them both, and it's a 7-point game.
Stellar work at the charity stripe, trying to build out this lead.
And the Warriors call time here. And we've got 28 seconds left in the fourth. And we've got 28 seconds left to play in the fourth. Here's Green. Blocked!
Lots of athleticism for the long center. Sengun getting it done.
And you got to be in awe of incredible defensive efforts like this.
Yeah, just some terrific effort there. And you know the whole team will get an energy boost off a block like that one.
Butler passes to Moody. And the Warriors miss again. VanVleet scanning the floor. And so it's Houston winning this one. Just a gutsy performance on the road.
It really was. When this one was up in the air late, they showed how tough-minded they are as a team.
And that'll do it, folks. For Clark Kellogg, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, this is Brian Anderson. And let's reveal our player of the game, Amen Thompson.